Clint Cosgrove rivals national recruiting analyst here with 2023 four-star quarterback JJ Kohl out of Iowa. JJ, thank you for coming on to talk about your recruitment.
Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here.
It's always a pleasure to talk with you. Let's get right into it. Your most recent recruiting action happened at Missouri. You were just down there for a visit. Tell me a little bit about that, how the visit went, and just your overall thoughts on Missouri.
Yeah, so the Missouri visit was it was different than most. So my mom and I decided to head down Friday night for the visit on Saturday, knowing that there's a possibility that the visit could get canceled due to snow. There was a big snowstorm that came through last week. Comes to find out Saturday morning, right before we're about to head to the facilities, that they did cancel the junior day. I reached out to the coaches, and they said that they still have a junior day for me since I was already there, and I traveled all the way. Once I was there, I was able to meet with the strength coach, the nutritionist. I got some time with Coach Bush, which I thought was really valuable. I got about a good 45 minutes with him, just to ask him some good personal questions that I wouldn't be able to ask when usually like in a group junior day. So I would say it's very successful, even though it didn't start out the best. I'd say I'm really looking forward to growing my relationship with Missouri, and I think Coach Drinkwitz is doing a lot of good things down there.
Yeah, well, it sounds like it was an unfortunate situation that the overall junior day got canceled, but it worked out well for you. You got a lot of more one-on-one time with the coaches and probably got a really good feel for what it would be like to be a player there. So sounds like it worked out for the best. Now, you have a couple more junior day visits planned. You've got Iowa State coming up, I believe, this Saturday, where your dad played as well. I know you've been there before. What are you looking for on this visit, on this return trip to Iowa State that maybe you didn't see in the past? And how will your dad's history there play into your decision?
Yeah, this junior day, I'm really looking forward to, seeing the coaches again, asking a lot of more questions. I feel like, as this recruiting process goes further along, I'm going to start to ask more questions, more personal questions about recruiting, where they see me at, in their system, and what they would do. Say I would commit. I would say my dad playing at Iowa State, I wouldn't say has an impact on my commitment. I think it's really cool that he played at Iowa State, and Iowa State was the first school to offer me. I think that's really cool. And Iowa State is only just 30 minutes up the road. But I'm going to make the decision based off what's best for me. And my dad's really supportive of it, which I'm really thankful.
Awesome. And after that, you plan on heading back down to Nebraska, another place that you have been on campus before. I believe you're going there on the 29th. What are you looking for in your return trip to Nebraska? And, what are your thoughts on the program as a whole?
Yeah, I think, bringing in some of the new coaches that they brought in Coach Raiola and Coach Whipple. I think those two coaches are really smart, and I think they have an opportunity to, change the offense at Nebraska. I'm really looking forward to, getting some time with Coach Whipple and Coach Frost. And just, kind of pick their brain and kind of do what same thing what I plan on doing at Iowa State, and just ask more personal questions about recruiting and how they would see me fit into their offense that I would commit. I would say right now at Nebraska, there's a lot of exciting things going on. Obviously, with Coach Whipple and the success he had at Pitt this year, bringing him in was huge. So I have a lot of questions still for Coach Whipple and Coach Frost, and I'm really looking forward to heading over to Lincoln the 29th.
Beautiful. Now, you had a busy week because you received two big-time offers in the same day. I believe on Wednesday, both Boston College and Minnesota offered. Were those expected? Tell me a little bit about how that happened and your thoughts on both of those schools.
Yeah, I mean, it was a little unexpected. I was just throwing this week before school, just like any other time, and those coaches just happened to be there. And I thought it was just a normal throwing session, just me and my teammates just throwing around like normal. And then after we threw, they connected with my coach, Coach Rick Nelson, my head coach, which they later then connected to me through my coach, and they both decided to offer me, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah, no, that's exciting. Two in the same day. Do you have any early thoughts on each of those programs? Is there anything that sticks out, or is it because with them being so new that you still have a lot of research to do about those colleges?
I've done some research on both schools. I think both schools right now are pretty respected programs. I'm really fortunate to be offered by both schools. I would say Minnesota. They won 9 games this last year. They have shown success. And then Boston College too. They're under their new head coach, Coach Halfley. He's kind of turning the program around, and they're up on the uprise, which I think is really interesting to see how they do this upcoming season.
So when you talk about these schools and talk about, asking the questions and seeing where you fit in and everything like that, what is it going to come down to when you make your final decision? What are you looking for most in a program and in a school when it is time to commit?
Yeah, I'd say the biggest thing is I want to go somewhere where I could fit in the offense. I could see myself being successful in their offense. I don't want to go somewhere where their offensive calls don't align with my abilities. That just wouldn't make sense. So I'm going to go somewhere where the offense aligns with my athletic talents. I want to go somewhere where I could see myself playing early. I think playing early, these days you see freshman quarterbacks out there lighting up all the time, like C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young. It's kind of the new wave. So I think going somewhere where I could see myself playing early would be important. I would say academics too would be something important for me. You can't play football forever, and at some point, having a degree I think would be very important for me.
No question. Now, we talked earlier, and I know you're not ready to release top three or top five, but do you plan on doing that at some point, or are you just going to drop it on them? Basically, what's your commitment timeline, JJ?
Yeah, I mean, I've been thinking about it a lot recently, and I'm hoping to commit by May. Whatever the Lord's plan is for me, whatever He places on my heart, I'll commit whenever I feel like the time is right. I don't know if I'll make a top 3 or top 5. Like I said, it's just kind of whatever falls into place. But it is an exciting time right now for me. Just exploring these schools, doing a lot of research right now. And at these junior days and at these visits, I'm really starting to ask a lot of questions, personal questions, I haven't questions I haven't asked before, because I am looking to commit, which is only a couple of months away from now.
For sure. Well, hey, JJ, it's always a pleasure to connect with you. I appreciate you taking the time to talk about your recruitment, giving an update to the fans and the coaches out there. Look forward to watching your progress and to see where you end up in the end. Best of luck moving forward, but just thanks a lot for coming on, my man.
No, I appreciate you having me on here.